Phillips questions need for middlemen, slams practice of overcharging Transnet. Transnet Group CEO Michelle Phillips says the state-owned rail, ports and pipeline logistics group is putting measures in place to ensure that it no longer overpays for goods and services. Speaking at the SAPICS 2026 conference held in Cape Town this week, she said recent reforms within the entity included rolling out a catalogue of market pricing so that, if a part is R1.50 and you put in R1,500, the system will not allow you to buy that. Addressing the professional body for supply chain and operations management in Africa, she emphasized that the days of collusion and overcharging within Transnet were over. Transnet cannot afford to pay anything other than what the market pays. If a private company is paying R1.50, I will not be paying more than R1.50, warned Phillips. It cannot be that, because we are government, people think there is this big black hole of money and that they can charge anything they want. We cannot pay 30%, 50%, in some cases a 1,000%, 3,000% more than what the market pays. It will come to an end. In the last week, we have blacklisted 7 companies because of that behavior. We have dismissed a number of employees because of that behavior. And there are more coming who will be blacklisted, and there will be more employees who will be dismissed. I will not do business if it is not clean business, noted Phillips. She said the additional costs associated with collusion and overcharging inevitably filtered down to ordinary South Africans in the prices they paid for goods. It was also vital for Transnet to grow its competitiveness, especially given the entry of private participants into the logistics market. Phillips was equally unhappy with middlemen. Some middlemen feel that we have to buy from them, although they are buying from manufacturers overseas. We are a transport and logistics company. I don't need people to import on my behalf. How does that make sense? You import on my behalf and then you charge me an arm and a leg. We can do that. What we need to do is get local manufacturing started in the country. The real challenge is to get these businesses started. CapEx program and rail target. Phillips said Transnet had a capital expenditure CapEx program of R129.1 billion for the next 5 years, with R116 billion to be allocated to initiatives aimed at maintaining reliability and protecting existing volumes. That is the size of the pie when it comes to CapEx. You can see the majority of that is sustaining capital. We would have liked that to be expansionary, but we've got too much to fix, and that is where the money will go. Phillips also noted that Transnet Freight Rail, TFR, was currently 3.16 million tons behind its target of moving 180 million tons of goods this financial year. She remained confident, however, that TFR would see an overall improvement this year compared with the 167.9 million tons of goods moved in the 2025/26 financial year. R5 billion security spend. Phillips also highlighted that Transnet had been forced to spend almost R5 billion a year on private security to protect the network from criminals stealing and vandalizing cables and the rail track, for example. She noted that Transnet in the last 2 years had also seen a sharp increase in instances of sabotage rather than pure criminal behavior linked to its efforts to reform the state asset.